already know, man. It's your boy Chill Shump on the beat. CT's own, CT's very own. You know what I mean? Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff at Chill Shump. And shout out to him.
So how was your upbringing?
Upbringing. Born and raised here in New Britain. I'll be honest with you, like everybody got somewhere where they from out here, but like I'm legit from everywhere, man. Like you name it, every side of the town, the city y'all lived in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it wasn't. There's times where I was in the hood. There was times when I wasn't. You know what I mean? I felt like for the most part, I had a mom who kept a gray head on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Who was able to actually like show me and my siblings right from wrong. Regardless of what circumstances we had in life, you know what I'm saying? So, and then, coming up, you feel me, we were able to be smart enough to make those smart decisions on our own. I ain't gonna lie, like, I feel like, especially like with a couple guys in my hood, like, I'm one of the very few who I kind of lucked out, you know what I'm saying? In a lot of good situations, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I got my mom to thank for that, for real, and my brother too, but yeah, my mom for sure.
What was the main issues that were going on back then when you was growing up?
Where I grew up at, it was very drug infested. Like super drug infested. And it was getting bad out there. Like fast. You know what I mean? So we had a lot of people, just hustling out there. We had undercover cops coming through and just randomly sitting there, stopping people, checking them, all type of stuff. They raided our area at one point in time. A lot of the homies got locked up. It's a lot going on where I was from, or at least where I grew up at. I think my mom kind of moved us out of there like right at the right time. Like it was just a lot going on. There's people dying out there, all type of stuff. And my mom moved us out there, moved us out from that area like right at the right time. So, I'll be honest with you, like had I still been living there, I probably kind of would have been caught up in it with him too.
How old were you when you fell in love with music?
About like 14, 15, I would say. 14, 15. My brother's boy came through to my mama's house with like a floppy disk. I guess I'm telling you how old I am by saying that, but yeah, he came through with a floppy disk with FL Studios on it. It was like a demo version. He popped it into my mom's computer and downloaded it, and I'm like, yo, what's this? You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, this is Fruity Loops, and I'm just like, what? Like I was thrown off by the name off rip, but he's like, nah, bro, you make beats off this, and I'm like, word, like, yo, teach me. You know what I'm saying? And then he showed me the quick like 1, 2, 3, and I became hooked. Like super hooked, you know what I mean? So like for a good solid 3 or 4 months, I was just in the house making beats. You know what I mean? My hood didn't see me like at all because I'm just in the crib making music. You know what I mean? So I think one day I finally just decided like, yo, you feel me? Like I'm gonna show them what I'm working with, whatever. You know what I mean? So I got a CD, like an empty blank CD, and I put like 10 of my beats on there. And then I showed it. I went down the block and then showed all my boys what I'm working. I'm like, yo, man, check out my beats and all that. And then when I popped in the car and then they clowned me. They clowned me. It was like my first few beats. They clowned me, but like they knew where my heart was at with it. You know what I'm saying? And then slowly but surely, progression started. You know what I'm saying? And then rest is history.
I think that's great that. Even though they clowned you, you did not give up.
Nah. Like, I didn't, you feel me? I didn't let that get the best of me. Because at the end of the day, you feel me? Like, I know they love me. You know what I'm saying? So
who was your biggest influence back then?
The Heat Makers. These are the dudes who produced for Dipset. Big time. It was the Heat Makers, Swiss Beats, Cool and Dre. Who else? Those are like the top 3 for me. Like the top 3 producers and me and and Kanye too. But like those are like the top producers that I was like, yo, like like I want to be like them. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I'm just a beat maker, but like I'm emulating everything they doing. You know what I'm saying? The high pitched samples, learning how to sample. And mind you, like I started making beats in an era where YouTube wasn't YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So like you couldn't look up how to do something or a tutorial on how to do something. Like you literally had to sit there and like learn it on my own. And I had to learn it on my own. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm so comfortable with the program like as I am now. Like there's nothing on that program that I don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? So
looking back at those times, do you picture yourself like, hey, I'm gonna be a producer. That's what I'm gonna do for in the future.
You know, I got a video. I gotta show you at some point, but I got a video of me at like 14. My man had like a camcorder and he sent it to me like on Instagram. But it was like I was like 14 years old and I'm sitting there saying like, yo, like this is yo, what up? It's your boy. I think I was going by like M Star or some crazy stage name at the time, but like I'm sitting there saying like, yo, I'm about to be the next top producer. Like watch. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm literally like speaking it into existence. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah.
I think you should definitely send us that
yeah.
so we can like.
Yeah, I gotta look for it again.
At least one line. We need to put at least one line in this video with this one. What was like the hardest thing or situation you had to deal with back then?
Music wise? Just trying to figure it out for real. Like it was like a lot of things that you gotta understand, like being in the state of Connecticut, we're in such a small music market that like we don't have the resources like a New York, LA, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't have we don't have that luxury. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of gotta figure it out on your own. You know what I mean? And it took some time to develop it and understand like what's the right moves, what's the wrong moves. And we had, of course, me and my peoples, my team, we went through our trial and error. But I felt like, honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way, man, because I learned well. You feel me? Like now you can't sit there and tell me anything about the music business that I don't know, you know?
What was your biggest accomplishment?
Other than the placements with the big rappers, other than the billboards, plaques, other than the gold plaques and all that, if you ask me, like my biggest accomplishment is knowing that I made a change in kids' lives with what I do with music. You know what I'm saying? And just teaching them everything that I know and giving them my resources to help them grow. You know what I mean? Like I think that's probably one of my most biggest accomplishments to date.
Before we jump into the work that you're doing with the kids, can you tell me, imagine, I don't know who you are at all, tell me what you just mentioned.
So, if I can make a long story long, I guess, the job that I'm currently working as a behavior specialist at a middle school, a good friend of mine, shout out to my boy Eric Flores, he basically gave me the idea of like coming up with a after school program. And at first I was like, well, what would I do here, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't like a Parks and Rec situation. He was like, nah, bro, you make beats. You know what I'm saying? You make beats, I do photography, you know that. We can teach these kids, make an incentive for them to be good in school. And you feel me? Like it's an after school program. So initially our purpose of it was to get OT. You know what I'm saying? And we sat there, presented to the principal. The principal sat there and approved it. And we had a small group of maybe 6, 7 kids at the time. And we showed them everything that we knew. You know what I'm saying? And I showed them everything I knew with making beats. And these 6 or 7 kids grasped on like really well of what we need to do. And before you knew it, you know what I'm saying? Like they're starting to get comfortable. One day I go through a process of making a beat with a kid and I literally just propped my phone up in front of us for like teaching purposes. Like no other agenda other than that. You know what I'm saying? It was just for me to critique me teaching. You know what I'm saying? And we went through the beat together from front to back. You know what I'm saying? And I had it stored in my phone. You know what I mean? And it was like around Christmas. I had a TikTok at the time with probably no more than 300 followers. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking and sitting there saying like, dang, I ain't posted on TikTok in like 3 months. I might as well just post something, but I don't know what to post. You know what I'm saying? So I sat there and looked at it. And I looked at that video that I had. So I chopped it up into 3 minutes. Sat there and asked the kid's mom, like, yo, you don't mind if I post this online, do I? They're like, nah, go ahead, Shump. Posted it. It was late. I went to bed. Woke up. My phone was going insane. Like, insane. And I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on? And I'm looking at the video like snowballing. Snowballing in views. Like 8,000, 10,000, 15,000, 25, 75,000. This is happening in hours. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on here? And it's in clear as day, like, all right, people like seeing what you're doing right now. Like, people are really gravitating to this, right? So, like, in a day, it caught, like, over, like, 250,000 views. I'm like, oh, shit, like, what the hell's going on here? So, obviously, it sent a note to myself to keep feeding this. Keep feeding this, you know what I mean? So, it hit, like, close to almost 1 million views in, like, 2 days. And I'm like, oh shit, this is crazy. So let me sit there and post another one. So I posted, I had a whole nother video of me and a whole nother kid sitting there doing the same exact thing. And I posted that and it went even crazier. Like that shit caught like 1 million views in like hours. And I'm like, at that point, it started just going crazy. Like the world was seeing it at that point. You know what I'm saying? And every huge blog site you can name of, or you could think of was sitting there reposting it. The Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, Complex, Genius, oh my God, you name it. You know what I'm saying? And it just became this big sensation of, yo, who is this black educator teaching his kids how to make beats? You know, and I think the most heartwarming or most heartfelt thing about it was like the comments. Like, you know, there was like, oh, wow, this is beautiful. Wow, if I had this in school, I wouldn't have dropped out. Mm-hmm. Or, wow, like, this guy's making such a difference in these kids' lives, they don't even know. You know what I'm saying? If I had this, I would have kept up with everything in school. There's no way I would have missed this class. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was showing the love tenfold. You know what I mean? And before you knew it, like, it had, like, it's like a whole bunch of news stations started calling in, trying to rush in to get interviews. Hot 937 came through for an interview. Then out of nowhere, I get an email from the executive producer from the Kelly Clarkson show. It was like, hey, man, listen, we got to get on the phone. I'm like, I'm thinking of spam. I'm thinking of spam. And I'm like, nah, this ain't true. Finally called the number. They're like, hey, listen, man, it's like this. We get viral commodities all the time. And there's one thing where you got a staff or two sitting there saying, oh, this is kind of dope, you know what I'm saying? But it's another thing, we have half of our staff sitting there saying, we got to get this guy on the show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it was expressed so much, you know what I mean? It opened up an avenue for me that I never knew, like, I had, you know what I'm saying? I never knew I had a love or a joy with teaching people what I do. Like, I enjoy doing that, you know what I'm saying? So, that was probably, like, if you ask me, like, if so, that was probably the biggest impact that not only, like, impacted me, impacted
you
others.
realize how big is that impact you was making before you uploaded those videos? No.
Like, and again, like, it's something I do for free. Mm-hmm. You know, it's nothing like I sat there and had, like there's no agenda pre this. You know what I'm saying? There was no, like, all right, let me sit there and teach this kid how to make some beats so I can make some money. Like, no, it was never that. It was like, oh, you want to learn? Okay, cool. All right, here, this program right here, this FL Studio program right here, I've been using this program for the last 18 years. There's nothing about this I don't know. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I'll sit there and show you everything I'm doing. Okay, you want to make this style of beat? I'll show you how to make this style of beat. Okay, you want to switch it up? You want to learn how to chop samples? Cool. I'll show you the easiest way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was it was like such a fluent process for me. You know what I mean? Like, and even with the way things are going now, it's still fluent. Like with like the levels of success where it's going, it's not like I had to sit there and search for the next answer. I had to do that when I was searching for placements. You know what I'm saying? I had to do that when I was sitting there trying to get that record with Lil Wayne, or what I had to do after that. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to do that, but with this, I just like it pops right up. It pops right up on me. All right, yo, do this next. Okay, cool. This is another opportunity in front of your face. Handle that next. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So between producing for a specific artist or actually teaching a child how to make beats, which one will you say you find the most passion or you get the most from?
it's kind of tough in a sense. Not like I don't. I'll be honest. I don't think I got a love for more than one than the other. Because at the end of the day, it's still me making music, right? So like, I can produce for an artist, right? Be tough. You know what I'm saying? It'll come out fire. The results and all of it is like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like their reaction is beautiful to it, you know what I mean? And then I could sit here and see a kid working on a beat, right? Or anybody at this point, right? And I'll be like, all right, cool. Listen, I need you to stretch this sample out, make it an 8-bar loop. You want to do drill, so follow along the drill cadence, the drill cadence for the drum pattern with this. Oh, you don't know how to? Okay, cool, I'll teach you. The hats go like this, the snare will go like this, the 808s bounce like this. You know what I mean? And I enjoy it just the same. You know?
So outside of music, what do you like to do?
I'm a real chill individual. Like that, like Chill Shump is really like a part of me. It's really a part of me. So like, I don't know. I feel like, especially like where I'm at in life, like I don't really go out too much.
Okay.
You know? Like I'll hit up a bar maybe every once in a while, but I'm like, I go to cigar lounges. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll sit there and kick it and chill, give me a nice little comfy seat to lay at, watch the game or something like that, enjoy a cigar and drink. And just kick it for real. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like more of my steez these days for real.
How did the difference between being a teacher or mentor for the teens and having your own kids? How is that?
Not too big of a difference because I treat them just like mine. For real. Like, I don't know. I hold a certain expectation with my kids. I'm gonna hold you accountable. I need you to become responsible. You know what I'm saying? I want you to know right from wrong and how to react from right from wrong. I want you to be able to respond well when you feel disrespected. Because not everybody does. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I look at it. Like everything that translates into like what I translate and teach to my kids, I try to teach to my students, you know?
You travel a lot?
When I can. Or when I have to, honestly. Last year I traveled a lot. I was around a lot. There was just a lot going on. I got to experience a lot. I was all over the country in a sense.
What's the dopest places you ever been?
LA's dope. LA's fire. I think Atlanta's literally like my second home. I'll be there in a couple months. Miami's dope. I want to go to Tampa. I don't know, for whatever reason, that's on the bucket list. Have you ever been to Tampa? Yeah, how is it out there?
Hot.
Yeah, is it nice though? Like,
it's all right. I went with like a family trip.
Yeah. I want to go out to Tampa. I think Tampa be fire for me. What other places? I've traveled. Virginia. Yeah. Virginia, New Orleans. Wow.
Which one has been your favorite of them all?
My favorite? I'm really gonna say LA just because of the fact that I just like the energy. You know what I mean? Like I I absorb energy from wherever I'm at every trip. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm in Atlanta, which is like I make those trips like quite often, I come back with Atlanta energy. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in Florida, I come back with Florida energy. When I'm in LA, like I get a different vibe, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that actually translates to my music for real. You know what I mean? Like it makes you want to make certain type of music because that's the type of culture setting I was around at the time. You know, so definitely LA. You just gotta be careful out there. But
how is the atmosphere out there?
It could be warming in a hospitality sense, but you gotta understand where you at though at all times. You know what I mean? You could be in a tourist site, or you could be in a hood, just like that. Literally. You know what I'm saying? South Central is where you understand where like the real roots of LA is at. But it's not like, oh my God, you about to get gunned down for wearing the wrong color type of situation. Don't be wrong, be safe. You know what I mean? But like, you know, like I'll be honest, a lot of people are like really welcoming. A lot of you not. I was in Hollywood Boulevard and I was walking down the strip and I had on like one of my old volunteer fireman jackets I had, but I was wearing like a blue hoodie. I used to volunteer as a firefighter years ago, right? But I had on like a navy blue hoodie, a strong one, you know what I'm saying? And I'm walking down the strip, I'm with a friend, and I see a gang of them. And I'm like, damn, I hope they don't sit there and say nothing about my hoodie. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? So I'm sitting there and just walking. I'm trying to make sure they don't see me. I'm looking straight. One of them was like, hey, yo, cuz. I'm like, damn, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So I just look back. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, yo, that jacket hard. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, that's tough, man. Like, and they welcome him, man. He's a whole bunch of Crips. You know what I'm saying? They welcome him, man. You know what I mean? So, that was like one of my first experiences of just actually realizing like, all right, man, like not everybody's what the reputation portrays them to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just laid back, man, for real, you know? The best Mexican food you'll ever taste. Swear. Like authentic as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the Mexican food out there. It's crazy. Like, it's not gonna compare to like the Mexican food you eat out here. Like, if I went to Azteca right now on the turnpike, that shit's not gonna compare to wherever spot I was just at in LA after when I did what I was doing out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fire. It's fire.
Azteca, Puerto Vallarta is where it's at.
Yeah? All right. Well, I'm gonna have to try it then, because what?
Puerto Vallarta is where it's at. I got you. What about the women?
Beautiful. No, I'm not gonna sit there and say ratchet. Beautiful, but it's like, you feel me? You got your group of everything, man. Like, you got your group of, you know, bougie. You got your group of ratchet. You got your group of hood. You know what I'm saying? You got your little melting pot of everything out there. It's a strong Mexican culture out there. Beautiful, by the way, but strong.
What place have you traveled to that you have found the most beautiful women?
Atlanta has the most beautiful black women I've ever seen. But I feel like, for whatever reason, people keep telling me Houston.
Okay.
Like, Houston's where they all at. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be honest with you, like, I don't think Atlanta's missed yet. And I go there often. But they have, like, the most beautiful set of black women I've ever seen.
Are you single?
Yes, I am single. Yeah, I am single. Yep.
So, what do you find attractive in a woman?
The way they carry themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do trashy. I think at this point in my age right now too, like, I think the most attractive thing to me right now is holding the conversation. Holding the conversation, being real, making me laugh, and yeah, I mean, that's kind of the main three, you know what I mean? And I gotta feel like I could trust you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm gonna pursue you, I gotta feel like I could trust you. You know what I mean? Like, if you give me red flags and we only a month into it, bro, I'm out. It's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's whatever at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna take it serious. I'm not gonna consider it. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
When it comes to like racial or culture, like, is there a specific woman that you find yourself more attracted to? Or
I feel like oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I feel like because of the fact that I'm from New Britain, like my first go-tos will automatically be like a Hispanic woman, because that's what I grew up
I thought
with.
you was mostly Polish.
Nah, no. But I never actually. I think I've never dated a Polish woman before. I've don't get me wrong, like I've multicultural, but but I've never dated a Polish woman. I don't know if that's just against them or that's a them thing. Whatever.
Maybe
Love them, of course. But I've growing up, I've definitely dated a lot of Hispanic women. And that was kind of always my go-to. Like, even my kids are Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? So, I think, yeah, it was definitely Hispanic women. And then after that, it'd be a very fast second or immediate would be Black women. You know?
And do you find like a big difference like in the way the relationship goes or dynamics of the relationship goes when difference between dating a Black woman or a Hispanic woman?
Yes, very much so, culture-wise. I think, don't get me wrong, like reactions in a sense are the same, even though they're different. You know what I mean? But like I feel like that just gets chalked up in the minority sense. You know what I mean? Like a minority Black woman is not going to go for you for coming in the crib at 4 a.m. Just like a Hispanic woman wouldn't go for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, where the fuck you been at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's kind of the same thing in that sense. There's things that may separate them. I can't pinpoint it right now, but you know, like I think it's kind of the same thing. Kind of the same thing.
Same but different, but
same. Yeah, right.
How do you feel about dating now, like 2024, compared to like back in the day?
A lot. Social media or just technology and alone has kind of like took this by storm. You know what I'm saying? Like 2004, if you wanted to bag a girl, you had to see her in the face. You had to see her in person, man. And like, you feel me? You had to be quick on your feet. If that was the case, whatever, you know what I mean? Like you had like the people skills came out. You know what I mean? And then compared to now where it's like, everybody has social media, so that's kind of like your gateway of getting to know somebody, and then hi, y'all sit there and chat, and everything's nice. Okay, hi, you're laughing, and then we finally decide to go get some dinner, and you quiet as a church mouse. You know what I mean? Like, which is kind of weird to me, but whatever.
Do you think that, like, as a man, like putting yourself out there, looking at women, you know, that are also single and are being out in the dating field, how they portray themselves, how they present themselves, has changed throughout time?
Yes. I feel like this. I feel like a lot of women are, and please don't like get me wrong, because I'm not speaking for every woman, but like, you know, there's a lot less that would like to be preservative, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? I feel like we're in the, if you got it, flaunting era, and that's cool and all. You get out, you live, who am I to sit there and tell you how to live your life, but how many men's gonna take you serious? You know what I mean? How many men's really gonna actually want, like, if that's what you want though, you feel me? If that's not what you want, then girl, who am I? You feel me? I sit there and sit down and shut the fuck up. But, you know, how are you gonna find the one you want if you're portraying yourself in this manner? You know what I mean? I think, and then it's the demand of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, if I'm not dating a nigga if you're not paying my bills type of situation. Or you're not taking me out on no date. We going to the Cheesecake Factory. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. Like,
you already come across these situations though. Is this like a real thing?
Absolutely. There's been many, like, don't get me wrong, like, it's not a problem me getting a woman. You feel me? It's just more or less of like what I want to do with the woman after I figure out their personality. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, you cute or whatever. we could talk a little bit or whatever, but you feel me? You want me to take you where? Or you want me to pay for what? Girl, we've only been talking for so much time. It hasn't been that long. Mm-hmm. You feel me? You haven't even met my kids. You haven't met my parents. None of that. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just supposed to be out here paying bills and shit. Fuck wrong with you? I'm sorry. Like, that's just how I view shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of how I've been approached with that a few times. You know what I mean? You know, also what I feel like is another big thing right now too, especially with technology and social media. Like, I feel like people aren't seeing this, but social media purposely goes for your self-esteem. 100%. And now let me break that down, right? You may have a woman who may be uncomfortable with her body for whatever reason. She may have had a child, you know what I'm saying? And she feel like she can't lose baby weight, whatever the case is, right? And their interests are who? The women's with the flat stomachs and the BBLs and the breast lifts and all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? And based off of what you may see on social media, creates an algorithm. So you're gonna get, your feed's gonna be girls with big butts or flat stomachs or well thick and all that. You know what I'm saying? And wearing all these tight and dresses and everything like that and looking good in a sense, but you're gonna think about yourself every time. Cause that's what you wanna be, but that's not you. You know what I'm saying? So you could wake up and decide, okay, I'm gonna go on Instagram, and then you sit there and go through a whole, that's the first thing that pops up into your feed. And then you go through a whole whirlpool of this type of feed and stuff, and it's either gonna make you want it or it's gonna make you depressed. Mm-hmm. And quite frankly, social media don't give a damn. You know why? Because the longer you stay on that app, the longer they get paid. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like that's a huge issue that not a lot of people is grasping. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think like social media like set up people to a point that they will eventually end up single or divorced or whatever, because this is what a relationship should look like, this is how a husband or a man should look like, this is how a woman should look like, creating a lot of
it creates a lot of
subconscious issues.
Yeah, subconscious issues, stipulation and standards that are really unrealistic in a sense. Not every couple is gonna have a luxurious house like these famous Instagram couples you see. You know what I'm saying? Not every couple has a entrepreneur that's highly successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't, like, what's wrong with being a head supervisor at FedEx? Mm-hmm. You feel me? He's making good money. He's just working hard for his. You know what I'm saying? Like what's wrong with that? You know? What's wrong with the woman who is a CNA, but she's the top CNA at her job? You know what I'm saying? And she can get it and she brings it home. You know what I mean? But because she's not the entrepreneur, it's like, oh nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? No, bro. Like, you feel me? Accept yours for who they are. You know, accept yours for what they do. Accept yours internally, not just physically. You know what I mean? Like, there's more to it.
You know? Nowadays, with everything we have talked about, when you look out there, outside, do you often find women that you're interested in, or it's more like a turn off?
Nah. I mean, at this point, I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what I want is going to be in that field. Mm-hmm. If it's not in my field, I'm not even looking at it.
But do you think that they're, like, easy to find, or do you think it's, like, very hard to find those type of women that you're looking for?
It's not hard.
No?
It's not hard. If you're smart enough, it's not hard. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it. You know what I mean? Like, mm-hmm. If you've been around, if you sat there and went through these processes, went through these stages and phases of what you dealt with and what you want to continue to keep dealing with, what you don't want to continue to keep dealing with, it's not hard.
Do you think when you do find those women and you actually like connect with them, do you think going back to the social media and what is portrayed out there of how a woman should look, mm-hmm. or how a woman should want, mm-hmm. and desire on life, that might be very different because you're looking for a woman in a different type of box?
Still no. Because I mean, in a sense,
women sometimes like struggle because I'm not that woman.
Yeah.
Everybody wants. You know what I mean?
I mean, I still sit there and say no because, I mean, again, I still feel like social media is, as much as it can go for somebody's self-esteem, it still is a tool. You know what I'm saying? You can sit there and find a woman that you want, or that is more your style, or is more your pace. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? You could go through your feed and may have somebody that you may find to be cute, and now you're starting to actually look into them, and yeah, they're not outside every day. You know what I mean? Or they're not trying to find the tightest dress they can find. You know what I'm saying? Or they actually have like some interesting things that you got interest into. You know what I mean? They actually educate themselves in one way or another. You know what I mean? Like there's ways to find that, you know? So I don't think it's at all hard to find my type. I think it's just when I want them.
What about you as a guy? Let's say, for example, you're dating this woman, and she fits all your boxes. But then there's another guy, let's say, around that is that person that social media is portraying or whatever that will make the perfect one based on the list. Will you feel intimidated by that?
No.
No?
And I'll be honest with you, you know why? Because I'm never competing for nobody or nothing, ever. Like, if you make me feel like I'm in competition with somebody else, they can have you.
Do you get concerned about your daughters growing up in this era?
100%.
Talk to me.
Because I just think, like, again, like I said, I really do feel like this era is trashed. Like, the best I could do is teach them right and wrong and how you're supposed to be treated from anybody. You know what I mean? Like, things you just got to put your foot down on. Don't ever let no man call you out your name. You feel me? Don't ever sit there and feel like you're being swayed or pressured into doing some shit you don't want to do by man or woman. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever feel like you got to be in a position of being, to do something just to fit in. You know what I mean? Like be your own person. You know? Something that I'm like very stern on with my kids, man. And I just pray that helps them gain the knowledge to know what they want, who they want, and what they're going to allow. You know what I'm saying? So, because I'm not going to lie, I will punch a little boy in the face. like not even joking.
Nowadays, there's a lot of parents that let their kids express themselves however they want.
Yeah, in a sense, and that's bad. I'm sorry. Now, let me not say bad, right? I don't think that's the right decision.
Okay, let's not say bad or good. Do you think that type of parenting creates more issues than actual benefit a child?
100%. I'm going to tell you why. You're letting a kid make decisions for themselves when they're not even mentally developed. The kid's only 12. The kid's only 13. You feel me? Mentally right here, they're not even fully developed. They're not matured. You feel me? So they're looking at all this stuff thinking like, oh, okay, this is life. This is real life. This is how I'm supposed to do. This is how I'm supposed to dress. This is how I'm supposed to go about life. This is what's acceptable to them. You know what I mean? Because this is what they see. Kids are also highly influenced. Highly influenced.
Do you identify as a traditional man?
No, I don't. Because there's certain things in my style of upbringing and raising at the end of the day that I don't find to be traditional, but it worked. I just find me to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say fair, right? I want to say liberal. I want to say understanding. And I just I don't know. I think my style of man is just being able to understand my right from wrong and being able to respond to it. You know what I mean? Like, I think more and more now, at least these days, I feel myself reacting different when I feel disrespected. And not like aggressively, not like in form of revenge. It's just me noticing how things are, and just keeping it noted and keeping it pushing.
How do you normally react on those moments?
I don't. It's not aggressive no more. It's not aggressive no more. It's not a form of confrontation. If I feel like it's something that I want to talk about, I'll talk about it. You know what I mean? But your response is not about to give me a reaction. It's kind of where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's going a long way with me, and it's actually helped me in a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that.
Have you seen somebody?
Yeah.
Like somebody or
like
I have to move somebody's.
Like we go out. Yeah, we spend time. You know what I'm saying? I'm still single.
So you're seeing somebody, you go out with this person. When does this person become your actual person, like your girlfriend, for example?
When I feel like the commitment's there. When I feel like it's me and you. You know what I mean? When I feel like, okay, I could wake up with you every day and see me doing this with you. This life thing with you. You know what I mean?
So you don't consider okay. So what is dating for you?
Dating for me is getting to know somebody. Dating for me is me understanding if there's a vibe there or not. Mm-hmm. Dating for me is seeing if we can connect for real. You know what I mean? Like if I can't connect with you, I'm not gonna take you serious. I mean, yeah, we could go out real quick. You know what I mean? Like we could go out real quick, or we could have our interactions, but nah, like it's nothing there.
Is your dating also messing around?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, describe messing around though. Like is there
messing around?
yeah, like of course the interaction is there. I'm a guy. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not willy-nilly with everything. If that's what you're saying.
Where does that line is between somebody you're messing around, seeing once a week or whatever it is, going out and doing whatever, to a person that you are like, okay, this is somebody I want to be with. I want to be with, but it's still not my wife. Remember, there's levels to this. So like a girlfriend.
Okay, so off rip, I'm gonna have that type of feeling. Like off rip, I can sit there and say, you know what? Because it's all I'm gonna observe everything. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna observe how you carry yourself. I'm gonna observe how you live your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna observe your morals. I'm gonna observe your integrity. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to observe a lot. So I feel like I'm gonna catch that within the first week or so of us getting to know each other. You know what I mean? And if I feel like they're in a place that I like it being in, then yeah, I can see it. But you gotta prove that to me still. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think when it gets to that point, that transitioning point, I feel like there's a connection that gets made. You know what I'm saying? Like some type of connection. We vibe well, or we went somewhere, or something may have happened and I held you down or you held me down in a way that I appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of thing, Mm-hmm. Other than that, like if that's not there, like I'm not about to sit there and okay, yeah, girlfriend material, let's do it.
So you already figure out all of this while dating enough to make her be your girlfriend. What are you trying to figure out right now that this woman as your girlfriend?
Well, I feel like if I made you my girlfriend, there isn't too much for me to figure out. I don't want to figure shit out when I already made you my girlfriend for real. Because this shit should have been found out before that. You know what I mean? Like, like when you ever made a commitment with somebody and then you found out about some things you just not really feeling, but you made a commitment. So in a sense, you kind of got to like eat it. You feel me? Like that's something I want to avoid every time.
So this is your interview.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't trigger me.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Like I want to find out about an ex that's still hitting you up when you already made you my girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to figure out about somebody that you probably already had around me before that you were dealing with at a point in time when I already made you my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like be real with me, because I'm not gonna sit there and shy away from nothing from you. You know what I mean? You're gonna ask me a question, I'm gonna tell you the truth every time. You know?
Do you introduce your girlfriends to your daughters, or you wait a little bit?
I've only done that with one girlfriend. And I'll be honest, I don't date like that for real. You know, like excuse me, I don't get into relationships like that. You know what I mean? Like, so before her, or the one woman that I sat there and actually introduced my kids to, before her, it was my ex-girlfriend for almost 10 years. You feel me? My kids did not know nobody, or haven't even seen me with another one besides her. You know what I'm saying? So
how was that? Introducing them after, to the first.
They really liked her. They really liked her. You know what I mean? And it just sucked because we split. You know what I'm saying? So it didn't work out. I just felt like in life we got different changes. You know what I'm saying? You may go one direction, I'm going another one. It's not clicking.
Was it like a you thing or a her thing?
It was a mutual thing, truthfully. Okay. Like our forms of life are different. You know what I mean? I got kids, she don't. You know what I'm saying? And she may want to be gone. She may not want to be in this setting. Setting meaning like the state that we in. You know what I'm saying? Like Connecticut, whatever. You feel me? She may want to go back to Florida. She's used to it over there. You know what I mean? And she may want me to go down there with her, but I'm a dad. I can't just get up and leave. You know what I mean? And that could be an issue. You feel me? Like, I think there's just, certain things that, like, she may not understand me, and there's things I may not understand with her. But, it's all love, though.
You as a parent.
Yep.
Dating, putting yourself out there. Do you think it's difficult to actually maintain a relationship, any type of relationship, whatever level it is, whether it's dating, whether this is your girlfriend, or whatever it is, with somebody that has no children?
Hell no. Nah, not really. I'll be honest with you, because, like, I don't know, man. Like, my kids come before anything. I just feel like I leave it out on the table every time. If I'm like, we're getting to know each other, you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna know about my babies, 100%. And that ball's in your court, whether you want to deal with it or not. If you don't want to deal with it, that's fine. You know what I mean?
Do you make things challenging? Let's say, for example, you having kids and the other person does not.
Nah, because I went through it already.
Okay.
I went through it already. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, it really wasn't a challenge. If anything, like the girlfriend that I had at the time was more like, all right, yo, like, you want to do something with the kids? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, like, I'm thinking about going here, and we should invite the kids. Let's see if the kids want to go or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the type of women I want. You know what I mean? Like, and it'd be vice versa. Let's sit there and say I was dating somebody and they had kids. Why would I sit there and not? You feel me? Feel like, oh, okay, I start considering that shit as a burden. You know what I mean? It'll only be like on some shit like, how dare me? You know what I mean? Like, yo, all right, hey, listen, you got your kids tonight? Okay, cool. If you don't, let's go somewhere. You know what I mean? Or, hey, listen, I know you got a kids today. I got mine. Let's head somewhere. Let's go somewhere and do something with them. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me?
How's your relationship with your kid's mother?
Good.
Good?
I think.
Mama or two baby mamas?
No, I got two. But I think we're able to understand and see, like, I think we're able to understand and co-parent, like, very, very, very well because of just how things are. You know what I mean? I can sit there and holler at one of them if I needed something, you feel me, out of them involving the kids, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So, and other than that, let alone, like, I could just talk. I could talk to them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have, that's not an issue. You know? So, I feel like if that's there, then I'm good. I ain't got nothing to worry about. You know?
Do you ever had any issues with your baby moms because of their partner?
Never. Their partner? Never. Nah, no. Never. Like, nah, not at all, actually. Like, I don't think that's ever happened.
Just asking.
I know. I really don't think that's ever happened. like, okay, well, you got this man and I don't like that. Nah, listen.
No, it's more like they're with that man and it's like, here comes your baby daddy, you know?
Oh, never. Because I feel like even like their man will understand, okay, that's just they dad, man. Like, he gonna be around to handle whatever the fuck they gotta handle, but you know. Like even my youngest daughter, when her she had a partner at the time, and you feel me, I come through for Aubrey always all the time. Like, yeah, what up? Yeah, all right, cool, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, there's never been an issue. You know, so it's how it's always been.
The ladies. He's
and
single.
The ladies.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Awesome.